Next week could define Liverpool's season. Arne Slot's team is competing in 3 tournaments and needs intelligence to balance its strengths. On Saturday, the Reds face Southampton at Anfield in the Premier League, looking to maintain a comfortable 13-point lead over Arsenal. But that's just the first challenge in an electrifying sequence. On Tuesday, the battle heats up even more. French giants Paris Saint-Germain land in Merseyside, ready to try and overturn their 1-0 defeat in the first leg of the Champions League round of 16. And as if that weren't enough, on Sunday, Liverpool will take on Newcastle in the grand final of the English League Cup, aiming for their first trophy of the season. Arne Slot is well aware of the importance of these clashes and will not accept any slacking. The Dutch coach has been emphasising that Liverpool has 3 finals ahead. But does he really believe that? According to Steve Nicol, former Reds player and current ESPN FC pundit, Slot is exaggerating this narrative, and he has a different strategy in mind. In a recent interview, Nicol didn't buy into Slot's rhetoric and went straight to the point. Liverpool needs to rotate the squad against Southampton. He believes sticking with the starters could be a big mistake since the team needs to be fresh to face PSG and Newcastle. I understand what he's trying to say, but I don't know who he thinks he's fooling. This is the perfect opportunity to rest some players, and I hope he does that, Nicol fired. And he already has some names in mind to get minutes. Darwin Núñez is expected to start, bringing his explosive energy to the attack. Wataru Endo could be a key piece in midfield, offering balance and defensive solidity. At left-back, Kostas Tsimikas emerges as an alternative to give Robertson a well-deserved rest. Meanwhile, Ryan Gravenberch, who has been an essential player for the team, might stay on the bench to recover and be in top shape for the tougher challenges ahead. According to Nicol, Slot is not a big fan of drastic changes in the Premier League, but given the marathon ahead, that would be the smartest decision. And the biggest reason has a name: Ryan Gravenberch. Among all the squad members, one player in particular needs attention: Ryan Gravenberch. The young Dutch midfielder has been one of Slot's biggest successes this season, taking on a crucial role in the team. Liverpool tried to sign Martin Zubimendi from Real Sociedad last summer, but ended up missing out on the Spaniard. What seemed like a problem turned into a blessing. Gravenberch stepped up and shined in the defensive midfield role, proving he can be a key piece in Slot's system. But there's a problem. He has already accumulated 3,241 minutes on the pitch this season, making him the 3rd most used player in the squad, behind only Virgil van Dijk and Mohamed Salah. And it's starting to take its toll. The 22-year-old midfielder hasn't shown the same level of performance he did at the beginning of the season, raising an important red flag for the manager. If Slot wants to get the best out of Gravenberch in the decisive games ahead, it might be time to let him breathe. Giving him a break against Southampton could be crucial to ensure he's flying against PSG and Newcastle. The big question now is, will Arne Slot be willing to sacrifice his strongest lineup against Southampton to be fully prepared for the decisive matches? Or will he stick with his starting 11 and risk exhausting his key players? Liverpool is at a crucial point in the season, and every decision could make all the difference. What's at stake? The chance to consolidate their Premier League lead, advance in the Champions League, and secure a trophy next Sunday. The question remains: will Slot listen to Steve Nicol's advice or follow his own strategy? One thing is certain: the Reds have a thrilling week ahead, and fans can expect plenty of adrenaline, tension, and maybe, just maybe, another trophy to add to the collection. The pressure is mounting at Anfield. After the heated debate over player rotation against Southampton, with Steve Nicol calling for changes and Arne Slot trying to manage energy levels, a new factor comes into play: the players' mentality. If Liverpool needs to manage fatigue on the pitch, something even bigger is happening behind the scenes. and Alexis Mac Allister has just revealed a detail that might surprise many people. The Argentine admitted that, while the general rule in football is for teams to stay focused game by game, the topic inside the Reds' dressing room is something else entirely. Liverpool is already thinking about the Premier League title celebration, and that could be a sign of confidence or a dangerous trap. Liverpool holds a comfortable 13-point lead over Arsenal and remains firmly at the top of the Premier League. But with major games on the horizon, including a decisive clash against PSG in the Champions League and the League Cup final against Newcastle, Slot has already warned his players about the dangers of complacency. And that's where Mac Allister's statement comes in. Normally, any player fighting for a title would say the focus is on taking it one game at a time. But the Argentine midfielder was honest in admitting that Liverpool's locker room is already talking about celebrating the trophy. Yes, it's a topic that has come up here with some of the guys who have been at the club for a few years and won the league back then, 2019-20. Everyone says the same thing, that they couldn't celebrate the title the way they wanted because of the pandemic. What does this mean? That Liverpool, while sticking to the one game at a time approach, knows it has a golden opportunity. The squad feels the title is within reach and, this time, wants to enjoy every moment of the glory. But could this confidence turn into overconfidence? Slot himself knows this is a dangerous trap, which is why he keeps emphasising the importance of each match, including the clash against Southampton, which may seem smaller but could set the tone for the massive challenges ahead. Mac Allister also took the opportunity to praise Slot's work, highlighting that the transition from Klopp to the Dutchman has been an adjustment process, but an extremely positive one. Since he arrived, Arne has been clear about his ideas and how he wanted us to play. He made small tweaks here and there, but has always trusted us. Slot's trust in the squad has been a key factor in keeping Liverpool on the right track. Unlike Klopp, the Dutchman favours a more patient approach without drastic changes, and this strategy is paying off. The result? A consistent, dominant team that remains alive in 3 major competitions. Reds fans are starting to dream big. With the Premier League well within reach, the Champions League and the League Cup are now in sight. If Liverpool can maintain its strength and manage the squad well, this could be a historic season. Now, the big question remains. Will this belief in the Premier League title serve as fuel to push the team forward or a dangerous distraction? The game against Southampton will be the first test to answer that question. And it could give us a glimpse of what to expect in the crucial upcoming matches. Stay tuned, because this final stretch promises excitement, tension, and perhaps a new golden era for Liverpool.